Did any prophets or sahabis go through divorce or a similar romantic heartbreak? And if so, what enlightenment and advice did they give regarding it? So I would say yes, they were all human beings. I'm sure there's definitely some sahabi that went through these kind of things. I actually remember a story as well where there was a sahabi, I think he was divorced by his wife, and the Prophet ﷺ said like you should get back with him, and she said, is this an instruction by you, the Prophet ﷺ? Is this like an order, or are you just kind of saying it? And there's some story around that. I don't know the exact details of that, but I think what it is that we need to realize that heartbreak is unavoidable, really. Like in this life, we're gonna have heartbreak, right? So those of us that may have lost parents, we may have lost loved ones, like, you know, divorcing someone and going through, it's very similar. Like someone passes away that you love, okay? You know, that's heartbreaking. What do you do with that? Like you're really afraid that they're gone, you're never going to see them again, and it's very similar to someone passing away, right? So what I would say is that what we need to do is we need to have like a long-term mindset, right? We need to be akhirah focused, and this is not the best thing to kind of think about when your heart's hurting. You know, you need to realize that the emotions you feel, they're fine. Like there is nothing wrong with you feeling sad. There's nothing wrong with you feeling heartbroken. There's nothing wrong with you feeling pain. Like the way you feel and you being in a state of grief is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is a process. As human beings, we need to go through that process. So it's absolutely fine to do that. And you shouldn't beat yourself up because you're sad or upset. And it doesn't mean you got low iman or something like that. You know, sometimes we tell ourselves this stuff. It doesn't mean that. But what we do need to realize is that ultimately, if anything that happens to you, you know, inshallah, if you deal with it patiently, then Allah will make it good for you, right? And this is from the Prophet's hadith, that strange is the affair of the believer, that if something good happens, something bad happens to him, he's patient and Allah makes it good for him. Something good happens to him, then Allah makes it good for him, right? And so for you, what you need to do is, in life you have choices. Something negative happens, someone passes away, someone is divorced or something, you have a choice. How am I going to react to this? Am I going to react in a way that's pleasing to Allah or displeasing to Allah? If you react in a way displeasing to Allah, you will lose. Like you've already gone through trauma, and then on top of that, you lose. What you can do is you go through the trauma of losing someone, and then you can win. How do you win? You win by choosing a reaction that is pleasing to Allah. And I know it's hard, I know it's difficult, it can seem impossible, but every one of us is empowered to make the right choice. And this is why it's important to have knowledge. This is why it's important to have iman, because your iman, your knowledge, it will push you through making that right decision, inshallah. So may Allah bless you. May Allah make this pain easy for you and give you good in this world and the next. Ameen.